One question I hear a lot is glutathione permanent? Like, do I do this and I never have to worry about this again? Do I have to continue taking glutathione for the rest of my life? How does this work? And the short answer is yes, it's permanent, and no, it's not permanent. There have been people who have been taking glutathione in large, huge doses for years. There are people who've been doing the glutathione shots and the drips for years, and they tend to agree that basically their body just will not produce melanin. They've been using different melanin blockers for so long. It's like when you over pluck your eyebrows. Like, if this is a weird analogy, but kind of makes sense. You know, you've been over plucking your eyebrows for so many years, and all of a sudden, I mean, they just will never grow back in certain areas or as full as they once were. I mean, when we take things like glutathione or MSM in bulk, like bulk, we're talking 16,000 to 20,000 milligrams a day, or when we're doing like these glutathione drips and things, like, you cannot make any more melanin, basically. Like, it's inhibiting it. So as your skin keeps on shedding all of those layers, because our skin, we have so many layers, it takes forever to get there, months on months on months. That's why having a chemical peel, it kind of jump starts it and gets you faster results. But you know, your body just isn't really doing what it once was before. This is also what happens if you do like the laser skin lightening like I did. You can do certain areas. I did my bikini line. Some people do their knees and some people do their underarms. But if you do something like that, you have to, in between those treatments, you have to use these pads that are medicated. And basically it's a topical that inhibits the melanin coming back. And if you do not do that, then as soon as she takes off all of those layers of that dark hyperpigmentation that's on your skin, basically once it starts to heal, you're gonna have that skin come right back. I mean, because it's written in your DNA, kind of. So, you know, you have to block the melanin, you have to block that production. And so there are some people who believe, after taking it for years, I think gosh, my household is so loud, guys, but on average, I've heard a lot of people say about 2 years, and this is of constant use every single day. And there have been some people who ask doctors. I've never asked a doctor, but it has been rumored, and one doctor at least said that no, after megadosing glutathione for such a long period of time, the skin just is not going to produce that melanin like it did once before. So that's the simple answer. But in the same respect, glutathione is not permanent. If you stop, or if you are not consistent with taking it every day, with megadosing it, because you only see these results when you're megadosing this. We're not talking about taking 500 milligrams a day or taking 1,000 milligrams a day. And if you're not taking vitamin C at the same, I guess, level of dosage as you're doing the glutathione, I mean, it's not gonna work anyways. So let's say you're doing all of this, and let's say you stop after a year, a little under a year, your skin, like, especially if you're like out in the sun, I mean, you know, you are going to revert back to what you were before. It's not going to be overnight. It probably won't be within a week or a month or something like that. So I think I started slowing down on my glutathione usage closely getting to the 1-year anniversary of me starting the journey. So, and then after that, we started having our lockdowns here in the US, and then since then I have not been taking my glutathione because I've been drinking. I've been drinking a lot, and so I just didn't want to waste it. There's some people who will drink and still take glutathione, and there's some of us who just feel like it's just a waste, because your liver basically uses up your glutathione storages, and that's why it takes glutathione such a long time to like start giving you noticeable results, because it's slowly but surely every single day you're adding up to those reserves, and you're also making your body produce even more glutathione than you normally would. But it's something you have to build upon every single day, and it takes a while. But anyways, if you're not abiding by the rules, then it's like, don't waste your money and your glutathione. So I have not been taking it since lockdown, since quarantine, and we're going on how many months of this now? And so I would say it's taken my skin a long time to fully revert. I definitely look a lot different than I did back in January. I look a lot different than I did back in February. But at least at this point, I know exactly what I have to do to get back to where I started. But yeah, to answer your question, yes, glutathione is kind of permanent if you are one of those people who are hardcore megadosing every single day for years. We're not talking about just a year, we're talking at least 2. And no, I mean, if you stop or if you're not consistent, then, you know, I mean, you're gonna catch a tan and you're driving in your car. I mean, that's over time, it'll add up. And so yeah, that's how I see it. And even people who do take glutathione is not like an internal sunblock. You can still tan on it. I still have been able to tan, even when I was taking it routinely every single day, I still tan on it. The cool thing is fading a tan isn't, once you know the tips and the tricks, like you could get rid of it like within a week. But and then it'll kind of show the skin that's underneath the skin that probably the glutathione has been working to lighten over time. So it's like there are certain things that you can do to get rid of those tans, but like, trust me, no one is out there tanning or working all day in the sun without protection and just, I'm like, oh, I'm good, I'm taking my glutathione every day. Like, no, you still have to, you know, protect yourself and cover up, or it just doesn't work like that. So I'm hoping to get back into my glutathione routine by early August. Yesterday I just went canoeing. I've been doing a lot of stuff in the water, and though I do my best to not be like full on in the sun too long, like if you're canoeing, like sometimes like there's nothing you can do, like you're just out there. So I make sure that I wear my sunscreen. You know, if you're in the water swimming, it's not like I can swim with pants. So even though I might have like a long sleeve shirt on the top, if I just have bottoms on, then, you know, it just happens. But I think right now for some of us, I know for me, I'm kind of just have been relaxed, because when we go back on hardcore lockdown, which Florida and just the US in general is very quickly approaching another full lockdown like we were in February, we couldn't go anywhere. You only leave your house if you're an essential worker or if you're going to the grocery store. And so at least right now we can like dine outside if we want, like in certain restaurants, and you know, there's certain places that are open. We can go canoeing. Our state parks have opened. They put back like you can go to the park and the basketball nets are up, the tennis courts are open, but before none of that was open. So it's kind of like I'm enjoying all of this outdoor time while I can, because when they close it back up, I'm gonna have a lot of time of just me, myself, and I in the house, and that'll be the perfect time to get back out my glutathione and my vitamin C, and yeah, get this going again. But as of right now, it's just like, my mental health needs to be outside. So it's very hard to like say, no, I don't want to go canoeing, because like, yeah, right now anything to get out of the house is just fun. But yeah. So I hope that answers everyone's question on that. There are a few other YouTubers on here who take glutathione, who do the glutathione IV drips and who do oral glutathione, and yeah, they talk about that too. So I mean, just kind of cross-reference, get as much information as you can. It's not like there's like an overwhelming amount of people who have taken glutathione for years who can like really like tell us. Like for me, I've only been able to like find maybe like 2 or 3 who have taken it for years and who talk about how they do think it is permanent. So it's just one of those things where you're gonna find out like like when you do it. And then hopefully share it with all of us. Yep, that's all I got. Today I'm not wearing any makeup, as you can probably tell. And I can't wait to do another peel. Oh my gosh. That red peeling oil, it is too good. It is just like too good. I got a little bit of a tan, you can see a little bit on my arms. And yeah, we have some family coming in town, so it's like I don't want to do it this week, but I'm probably going to do another peel next week. And then basically you have to like hide your body for like 17 days until all the skin falls off. But the skin underneath is always so gorgeous. It is so soft. It's addicting. That red peeling oil is addicting. And I want to like talk more in depth about peels and how they can go wrong. Some of these peels, y'all, some of these peels can like mess you up. There are some people who do some of these chemical peels, you know, themselves at home. This is like with different brands. I haven't heard anything bad about the SHC Glutathione brand of peel. But the peel is still kind of new. But anyways, like some people, they'll do chemical peels, and if you're not careful, you can come out looking darker or even giving yourself hyperpigmentation. Like, it can go wrong. So just make sure that if you're going to do a chemical peel, you trust the brand that you're using. I would maybe even spot test, do like a small part of your body and see how that works out. But like this can easily go wrong. I don't know why I feel like I need to say that. You guys probably already know some of these peels are legit, but yeah, the red peeling oil, I'm in love, and that is like my secret weapon. That is like tomorrow, let's say family comes in, we all have to go to the beach and the sun is just awful and I get some major tan lines. That'll be the first thing like I reach for, because basically within those next 2 weeks it's going to help take off that that first layer of skin, and then it's going to give me a good base and get me back to where I was previous. So yeah, it's awesome.